tuned in, turned all the way on. This ain't just a vibe, it's a freak scene bomb. Ms.Blue in the building, oracle flow, cracking codes of the cosmos. Now you already know. Yeah. Ride the wave, feel the light. It's frequency love tonight. Ms.Blue gon' take you higher, burning truth with sacred fire. This is soul talk, rebirth from the womb. Say it with me, I can alter my course at any time. Yeah. Tap in, turn on. Yo, your higher self already logged in. If you really want it, you gotta be it. As Ms.Blue has shared with the world, it's all about frequency. If you feel it, show it. If you want it, grow it. If you believe it, know it. It's all about frequency. If you dream it, live it. Live it. If you receive it, give it. Nothing's missing, I'm it. It's all about frequency. In the past I thought I lost it, but the truth was always near. Every scar became a teacher, every fall just brought me here. Now I'm rising with the healing, every light inside of me, not becoming what I'm chasing. I am the frequency. You feel it, show it. Show it. If you want it, grow it. Grow it. If you believe it, know it. All about frequency. Ask the question, how is this possible? The answer subtle, synchronicities audible. Keys unlocking, belief expanding. Frame by frame, new life commanding. No chase, no match, I embody the key. The light I own unlocks destiny. Raise my vibration, reality shifts. Every dream I desire already exists. Nothing's coming to me, no, no. Already here. When I raise my vibration, the vision is clear. Vision is clear. If you want it, grow it. If you believe it, know it. Believe it. It's all about frequency. If you dream it, live it. Give it. If you receive it, give it. Nothing's missing, I'm it. It's all about frequency.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Welcome on in, everyone. higher insight. Come here, come here, come here, come here. How are you all doing? How are you all feeling? Happy Monday. Monday. Let's do a check in. I wanted to come on so we could talk about some of these things. First of all, let me say this. You made it past the eclipse season, and that's something to celebrate. That is something really, really big to celebrate, is that you actually made it past eclipse season. I want to greet you all, welcome you all in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And also, let's go ahead and ping the live so we can let people know that we are live, we are here, and the Soul family can find us. We got a lot of things to kind of talk about. You guys, listen, my voice is a little, it's recalibrating again, but I've been doing a lot of sessions, getting caught up on a lot of things. So I knew I had to come on today just to touch base with you guys, see what's been going on. You know, I've been promising a Q&A for a minute, and I wanted to talk about, I got some notes here, but I want to talk about 8 things to do before the next eclipse, because we do have another eclipse that is coming. And so everything that you may have thought this eclipse brought, because it should have brought some things to light, should have brought some insight, some sort of growth. We're going to dive into it. But I want to, first of all, say happy born day to everybody who is celebrating a born day during this month. All right. Because we are still in Leo season, even though we're about to get ready to cross that threshold, and we're about to be in Virgo season, which is going to be quite interesting. It's going to be quite interesting and pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. Yeah. So how's everybody feeling? I just want to welcome you all in, and where you're tuning in from. Danielle, welcome on in. Erica Williams, tuning in from Detroit. Welcome on in from Detroit. We have Indigo Steffens, 2721. Hey, from Chicago. Welcome on in. Black Ice, welcome on in. Davina, checking in from Columbus, Ohio. And we got Miss Smith, we gonna say that, right? From the Bay Area in California. Welcome on in. Good to see you, Tremel. Welcome in. Florence is checking in from San Francisco, California, in the Bay Area. A lot of things going on down there in the Bay Area. Papa Flynn is checking in from Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome on in. Danielle is checking in from Brooklyn, my birth city. Welcome on in. And Tremel checking in from Daytona, Florida. Interesting energy going on there as well. We have Chosen Girl checking in from Maryland. We got New Baby 797, New Baby, New Yiddy. Is that New Yiddy? New Yiddy? New Yorkie? New Yiddy? Checking in. Welcome on in. We have Spencer checking in from Atlanta, Georgia. We have DC. I can't even say, checking in from Virginia. There you go. There you go. We got Napa Valley, Illinois in the building. Welcome on in from Sandy Springs, Georgia. Jay Brown, welcome on in. Nicole is checking in from Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome on in. Danita is checking in from Charlottesville, Virginia. Listen. Minnie Moons is checking in from RDU in North Carolina. Welcome on in. I am checking in currently right now inside of the spaceship from Texas, checking in with you guys. So how was everyone's weekend? How was your weekend? You all let me know. Like the last couple of days, like these last 3 days, let me know How has it been for you? How have you been feeling? How have you been doing? And also, if this is your very first time tuning in live, please let me know. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. I would love to know if this is your first time checking in live. Yeah. Yeah. And I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers, more than 300 of you guys in the last maybe week or so have tuned in. And I'm so grateful for you guys. So grateful to get to know some of you, connecting with some of you. It's been simply amazing. Welcome on in, Christopher from St. Louis. Good to see you. Demarius is checking in from Detroit, Michigan. Welcome on in, Arkansas. Valender Singh. I'm not saying it right, but checking on in. All right, checking in. Jennifer, you felt rested. Greetings, Brittany Vise. Good to see you. Wow, good to see you. Papa Flan says, I've been feeling very present, very clear, very open. Love that. Black ice, dreams, astral travel nonstop. Listen, I could go there with you. Absolutely. It's a lot going on in those astros and those cosmic streets. Tremel, actively creative. Yes, there's a extra spark of creativity that has just the downloads and downloads and downloads are coming in, and they're really, if I'm going to be honest, those downloads are coming in hot. Okay. Welcome on in, brother man. Good to see you. Chosen Girl says feeling balanced. Yes, ain't nothing like a good balance, right? Nothing like a good balance. So I want to say welcome to all the visionaries in the building. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle, and I'm just excited to have you guys here for us to get together and talk. I got notes. I want us to do a Q&A, but I think more than doing a Q&A, I want to talk about these things. These are 8 things that I channeled, just kind of scanned over, looked across the collective to see. These are some 8 things that we can begin to start doing right now because we're in that window. We're in the middle. We're right there in the middle, right? Between eclipse seasons. And I'm not going to hold you. It's a lot of beautiful things happening. A whole lot of beautiful things happening. But there's also a lot of other things that are going on at this time. I just want to remind us again that we will have souls who are leaving the planet. And many of you know, even Ashe to my cousin Scotty, who made her transition. And we had her services this weekend on Saturday, right? So sending love to my family and all of those who are continuing on their journey in a way. So yeah, it's a lot of beautiful things happening. And we are in the window. And I don't like to say this. First of all, let me say this, because the children are about to go back to school. So I want to send love to all of our divine students out there that are getting ready to continue their journey of going back to school, right? I remember when back to school season used to come. It was an exciting time. So whether these children are being homeschooled or whether they're going to university, uni, or whether they are going to school, we are sending them love and their parents as they continue on that journey for them to continue on to go to school. It's such an interesting day on planet Earth. I've been here for less than 15 minutes and I got 2 thumbs down. Oh my goodness. You gotta love it. You gotta love humans. You gotta love them. But welcome to everybody on in. Also, let me know if you're new here and as well too. Yeah, you thought about my predictions for the Merkaba. Yeah, a lot of that Merkaba energy. We are lighting it up, and some of us are taking flight with this energy. There are some real interesting times that's coming up. I'm going to come back and do another show and talk about some of those things that is happening. Yeah, Jennifer said, yes, some of us are going back to school after 30 years. Speak on it. She about to go to law school, y'all. About to get it in. Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much for the love on my cousin making her transition. Thank you for that. Thank you. So let's get into it because we are in the in between time. Here's a date that I want you guys to write down, and I want you to make note of this. And I definitely want you to go back and check your emails, look at your social media post. Um, what else can you look at? You know, if you have an account, like if you have a Netflix, Hulu, or YouTube account, and you can go back into your history, I want you to look at not just what you were doing during this time, but I also want you to take a look at what you were liking, what kind of things you were interested in. If you made any purchases, you can go back and look at your Amazon log. See what kind of things you were purchasing. For those of you who keep a running tally of the things that you're spending, I also want you to go back and look at your bank account and see the kind of things that you were doing. If you have a journal, this is going to be so important. I want you to take a look at your journal and I want you to see the things that you were actually writing in your journal. Writing in your journal. Welcome to everybody on in the blue room. Let's get those likes up. We got more than 140 people here. And yeah, and about 70 likes. You know, that likes really helps the channel out. It also lets the Soul family know that we're live, and it also lets everybody know that, hey, come on over, join us. We're getting ready to get into some good things. So I want you to go back and look at these things, and here's the reason why. Because this next eclipse that we have coming up, this energy is going to be very strongly connected to a lot of your dreams, a lot of your desires, a lot of things that you started, maybe didn't complete, a lot of things at this particular time that called your attention. Some of you were thinking about moving during this particular time. You were thinking about perhaps leaving your job at this particular time, or you were even thinking about around this time. And this time, you were even thinking about relationship things, all kinds of things. And the time period I want to give you is going to be March, around the middle of March. Spirit is taking me the middle of March. So even I would say around the 14th, maybe the 10th through the middle of March. Okay. In that time window, you want to start looking. So you can go back to the 10th of March of 2026. And I want you to begin to start looking into that. Now, when you look at that, for some of you, and you'll know who you are, I want you to also think back to what was happening. Yeah, 2026. I'm sorry, 2026, you guys. I don't want to be all over the place. 2026. This year, you're going back to March. To March. To March. Okay? This year. And welcome to everybody who's joining us, okay? Yeah, so we're going to go back to March, and I want us to, that's going to be the date that we keep front and center, is going to be March. Spirit is taking me back to that particular time. We're going to see some things that sort of repeat themselves, even when it comes to certain things around the world that has to do with fires and have to do with floods and different scenarios of these natures. These things right here. It's going to be a heavy time of this coming up. I want you to take a look at that. Okay. Take a look at that. And we're going to talk about that because I wanted to spend some time with us here. Wow. Papa Flan said, I had surgery on March the 10th. I think I remember that. It was very successful. Yes. I want you all to think about that because right now, we are in a test, okay? And this test is about what you say you want. But I want you to go back and look at that date of March, almost like the promises, because so many of you made promises to yourself around that window. It was a whole lot of things. It was things that you said you would never, ever, ever do again. It was things that you promised. You said, you know what? I'm changing it. It starts today. It was so many promises that you made to yourself at that particular time. Now, this isn't about judgment. It is about us recommitting and seeing that there is a lot of supportive energy that is here, because what has opened up is the Akashic records are open again. Now, don't get me wrong. The Akashic records, which are the records that keeps account of every thought, every action, every non-action that is done on earth and all throughout all existence, right? But the Akashic records opens up primarily for those of us who live in the earth realm. I have been working with the Akashic records for more than 20 years. And this opening of the Akashic records is an opportunity where we can actually go in, because everyone can connect with the Akashic records. Everybody. Everybody is in their own records. I want you to know that. Everybody can get into their own records, and you're in your own records all the time. Your higher self is speaking that through you. Life is speaking through you. You may have had dreams about things in your records, not just things of a past life, but things of this life, right? In those Akashic records, which contains your personal file that has your divine blueprint in there. Your divine blueprint is a combination of what your soul wants you, your soul at a soul level, you have agreed to come to the planet to experience. And so it's so many things in there that you agreed to come to the planet to experience in this lifetime. When the records are open, this is a time, and one of my soul body spiritual guides is Edgar Casey. And very early on in my journey, I didn't know who this white gentleman was that came to me, but I used to see visions of him when I would go to this place that I later would understand would be inside of the Akashic records. In fact, it was Brother Bobby Hemmett and also Brother Panic that helped me to understand this place I was going to was inside of the Akashic records. And when I would go inside of the Akashic records, which it was something ever since I've been little, I have been able to tap into, and everyone can tap into this. At the collective level, when I was able to get in, I could see when the records were open. When these records are open, a lot of things happen. Some of this is at a conscious level, and some of this is at a very unconscious level. We are in there and we are changing and rewriting our divine blueprint. See, after we cross the threshold of the year 2000, and even in 2012, we started, and I've done many shows on this in the past, we are able to reincarnate on the planet, meaning you don't have to die and leave here to come back here to have another life. Some of you right now, you have reincarnated maybe 2 or 3 times on the planet already. I know I have. I have a past life of doing many things and many types of work and many different areas of focus that I have worked on. One of the cases that I use all the time about people who have reincarnated several times on the planet, literally meaning they have taken their soul blueprint, turned it in, and got a complete new one. One of the people who have done that was Kanye West, and he has done it several different times. Another person who has done that is Rihanna. I'm using these individuals as an example so you can see. Jim Carrey is another one who has turned in his blueprint completely, turned his blueprint, his divine blueprint in, and is operating in a completely different blueprint than what his soul originally brought him to the planet to do. And we're seeing this across the board. There are many souls on the planet, including yourself. We just may not have a camera in front of us, or that may not have been my work, that we have come back to do that kind of work. The reason I'm telling you all this is because, and welcome on in. Good to see you, Shaquan, Priestess Nadra, Sheila, and everybody coming in. The reason I'm telling you that is because we're in this window again, where some of you will be turning in your blueprint. There's a lot of people who are turning in their blueprints. Some of them are turning their blueprints in from what we quote unquote call the conscious community. And they are going back into different forms of religion. It's happening. It's happening. And we're going to see some more drastic people turning in their blueprint in a lot of different ways that is happening on the planet. They're going to be doing it from many different ways. We're going to see another turnover where it's going to be a lot of people going into unblueprinted roles of their life. There's going to be some sort of event, some sort of thing, and there's an opportunity, and they are going to completely shift their life and change their life completely, meaning their old life unrecognizable. They have no connection with that life, no connection with that life whatsoever. They are doing something completely different. And even if they're in the same field, what they do is completely different. Their mindset, how they think about the world, how they think about themselves and their lives is completely different. Well, we're all in that window where you could go into your Akashic records and you can change your blueprint. You can change it, right? Now, I'm not going to tell you that it is merely you thinking about it and that happens. That's not what it is. This is something deep within your soul. Some people describe it as like something literally takes over them. They have a DNA explosion along with their awakening. But I want to remind you all of this because as we get further into next week, you will start to see the transformation for many people. I'm going to say this to you now. If for some reason you have been extremely emotional lately, I need you to start preparing for the rest of August. The rest of August. And I want to make a correction because it's not like soul swapping. You're not swapping souls. Remember, you are changing your blueprint. So the difference would be, let me give you an example. Let's say I live in America. I work at AT&T. I enjoy swimming and family time. I turn my blueprint in. No longer work in corporate America. No longer live in America. No longer like to swim. I live on a farm in Ireland. And I make jewelry and love singing. Completely different life. During C19, there was a trend that was going on, but I think it was just the manifestation of what this looked like, where people around the world were selling their lives. Do y'all remember that? They even did stories on it. And it was a man in Europe, and he wanted to sell his complete life, meaning you could have his job, you could have his apartment, you could have all of his things he had in there, you could have all of his friends. And he wanted to, in essence, I think it was Brittany in chat who said it, wanted to switch lives with someone else. And there were people around the world who literally switch lives with people around the world. That was the physical manifestation of someone changing their blueprint. I want us to understand this in the ways that I've been saying for 20 plus years, practical magic. Understand it. It doesn't have to be so complicated and spooky and fearful. These things happen. You understand? So I want us to think about that because this is open for us. For those of you who have the Akashic files, where I literally, and the goddess Hathor, where I channel her, we both take you in, and I show you how to write inside of your Akashic records. Write not just for yourself, but also write for the world. It's something I created almost about, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago now. Many of you have that. And it's still available for you to be able to write inside of your records. But I want you all to know that because you may be feeling a calling of something you want to drastically change in your life. Now, that window of being drastic can be different. So the drastic can be, I'm going to live what I'm doing now, but I'm going to be more present. Right? I'm not going to take any day for granted. I want to redecorate my whole entire house, my space. I'm going to get rid of the car I'm driving and I'm going to drive something else. I'm going to do all of these different things. I'm going to cut my hair. I'm going to dye my hair. I'm going to change my hair because usually there's an outer manifestation to solidify. That is the ritual. Like I can always tell when a person has gone through some sort of drastic upgrade within their avatar of who they are, because usually what they will do is cut their hair, one. Two, they gonna dye that hair. They gonna cut it and they gonna dye that hair. It's gonna be some wild, crazy color when it has reached the soul level. And usually when it reaches the soul level, it's going to be the color of the sun. Some sort of blonde, some sort of yellow, some sort of gold, some sort of orange, some sort of light brown, some sort of honey brown, some sort of something. It never fails. The other color, if it was drastic, it's going to be some sort of red. It's going to be something so bright, it's going to be red. Another time that I know that a soul was contemplating not only turning in their blueprint, but turning in their whole entire existence. They're going to get a tattoo and it's going to be right across here, or right across here. Never fails. I see people in public, and when I see them, I already know. I don't care what reason you done told yourself you put that tattoo right here or you put it right here. The truth is there. That is a contemplation of the soul. And this is your reminder to yourself that you want to be here. You want to be here. You want to be here. And that is the reminder to trigger the lower mind into the remembrance. Into the remembrance. Okay. I see y'all talking about that hair. Listen. Yeah. I peeped that game over 20 years ago. Looking at this. Ms.Blue, that's me. Cut my hair off, dyed it blonde and white. Yep. About to dye my locks purple. Listen, all of you who are about to do this, right? And I'm not telling you you have to do this to have the experience. You guys are verifying that you're in the process of either you just did it or you're about to do it. That's why. That's why. Because you are one of the ones who are going through this transformation. Rosalie says, I have tattoo on both wrists and they are Roman numerals for my sins and my daughter's birthday. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I don't know about that sins part, but yeah, you see what I'm saying? It's no accident. So this is what I want to tell you for all of you who can relate to that. If you take nothing else from Ms.Blue's message, I want you to prepare for next week and the rest of the month. I want you to prepare. And let me tell you what kind of things I want you to prepare. And we're going to talk about the 8 things to do before the next eclipse. But I want you to make you a playlist. Back in the day, I would call it a save me list. Right? Save me. Save me. So, you know, when your mind gets to chattering, and you can't stop it. It's running away. When your emotions gets to taking you over. But there is that one song. And whenever you heard that song, it just calmed you down. It brought you so much joy. It almost took you out of anything that you were thinking and feeling. It literally, it's like whatever was going on before that song came on, anything before that song came on. Yes, you can include all of my music here. Before that song came on, I want you to make you a save me list. And I would encourage you to title it that way. Save me. No songs that make you think about your ex. No song that brought you sorrow. No song that had you crying and boo-hooing and you were down. No, I'm talking about the ones that uplift you, feed your soul when you hear it. Like it doesn't matter where you are and who's around you. You start singing, you start dancing, and you just instantly shift your mood. That's number one. Number two, I want you to make a list of about 3 friends. These are the 3 people that you can pick up the phone at any time, day or night, and you can call them, and you know they will answer. They know they will answer for you, and you probably have answered for them, but you can call them. You can call them when you are just needing someone to connect with. And I also want you to call them and say, hey, I just wanted to touch base with you because I may want to call you and talk, you know? Let them know you're feeling good, you're feeling all right, but you may have some things you may want to share with somebody, and maybe it's them. You want to put those 3 people, and you want to make sure you have that number. You want to make sure they have your number. You want to make sure all of these lines of communication, is open. And then I want you to think about that friend. Think about that person in your life that you know may be the sweetest person in the whole world. They're always out here doing stuff for everybody else. They are always thinking about everyone, not themselves. They always thinking about everybody and not themselves. And I want you to make it your business to check in and check on those people. Check in and check on those people. Check on them. Okay? Make sure you check on them, right? It's some very beautiful and powerful energy coming in towards the end of the month. And it's like cooking a soup. And you know how sometimes the vegetables and things, they go down to the bottom and you got to stir the pot. You stir it up. And when you stir it, everything starts coming out. Well, we're getting stirred on planet Earth. And a lot of things are coming up from the past. Past memories, past emotions, past feelings. Now, don't get me wrong. They're not all that's going to be challenging, but there could be. And if you're a person that sometimes you go so low that it takes you a week, it takes you a month to come back, you want to prepare yourself. No different than how I do the prediction shows. And I talk to you all about the weather. And by the way, you guys, thank you so much for letting me know. And my love goes out to the big island of Hawaii. They were on the list as well. And even our family who was on Hawaii, they let us know as well. So I want you to know this is not now. This is not going on now. This is what we're going to be getting into. And I'll come back on and I'll talk about that. This is later in the month. This is later in the month. Okay? Right? It's going to be a powerful month, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. It's going to be very, very, very tough for a lot of people. So I'm not telling you to not get excited about the goodness, but I'm also telling you, it's like getting dressed to get ready to go to that party, but they're telling you that there is a severe thunderstorm and a flood coming at the same time. So let's balance it. I wouldn't be who I am if I just only told you one side of the story. The other thing that I want to talk to is I want to talk about the brothers. And I have a message. We had a conversation here And someone in chat brought up something that at the time, you know, it hit deep, you know, and I could feel what they were saying and understand what they were saying too. But at the time, and I want to say this for the brothers, I need you to raise your vibration, especially till we get to at least September the 10th. I need you to raise your frequency and let it stay there. That's how high I need the brothers to run their energy. I need it to be that high and for it to stay there. Stay there. And speak to our children to raise their frequency. Because, see, when you're in an elevated state of your consciousness, which is really about being more present, it really is about being fully in your body. You have access to all of your powers, all of your multisensory abilities, right? All of your higher mind insight, even the superconscious can kick on when it needs to kick on. In a perfect world, I hope all of this is wrong, okay? But we have some challenging things ahead of us. And we can kind of we could kind of do what Hawaii did on the Big Island when they were preparing but still connect to the ancestors and still speaking with the land and talking with the mountains and talking with the elements, and it missed them. You know, the Big Island of Hawaii has never, ever, ever had a direct hit. And this time, almost every meteorologist said they gonna get hit. They didn't get hit. They didn't get hit. But the after effect came over. Yes, yes. And we know that we live in a world of light and dark. No one here is a stranger of that. We just don't want to be the ones in the damn dark. That's why you here. Because if you interested in the dark, this ain't for you. I'm trying to keep you in the light. Just because both exist, you don't have to be in it. Not like that. Because there's a difference between external darkness and what the world says is internal darkness. Internal darkness is just unknown. The dark isn't bad inside of you. There's lots of gems. There's lots of gold. There's lots of, think about in a cave. It's dark, but look at all the precious metals and things that are in there. So I'm not going to do wordplay with you tonight. I'm trying to give you something. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, go. But what you won't say is nobody didn't tell you. So I'm just letting you all know. All right. So we're going to move on. So brothers, keep your energy high. Sisters, stay grounded. Keep your emotions leveled. Remember, the heart is neutral. And we're still in that window of the heart, you guys. And we're going to be in that window of the heart even going into September. So these are things like take care of your heart. Remember, I told you guys before this season, and so many heart attacks have come up. People have contacted me and all kinds of things, you know? Yeah. Well, you can love all and serve all. And there are many people on the planet that love all. but there are certain people who came back for different things. I'm answering a question in chat. I know this is an emotional time right now for everybody on the planet. I know you all can feel it. I feel it. I feel it. But I want us to have awareness and expansion. So now we're going to get into some good stuff. I just really wanted to tell you guys that in case I don't get a chance to come back on live before this stuff starts hitting. Okay? So don't take yourself for granted. Don't take these things for granted. And now we're going to talk about the 8 things to do before this next eclipse season. And eclipse seasons are, these are time periods that we have negotiated. We have agreed. We have agreed when we came down on earth. We said, okay, we want to have the eclipse season. The eclipse season is here so that we can course correct. It is a course correction. It is a portal. It is an opportunity. Some souls will be coming in. Anyone who is pregnant, your baby is supposed to be due in October. Just go ahead and plan that baby probably will come early. Okay? That baby is going to probably come early. If you're traveling anytime between now until probably mid-September, expect delays. Expect delays. It's going to happen. Expect major delays. We'll do another show and I'll update on all the predictions with the helicopter. Still see things in the air, things in the water, things in the sky. These things are they're still going to be ongoing. So yeah, we're in that window. So here we go. Let's get into this. Let's get into this because I'm ready to get into this. First of all, I just want to welcome you all in here. Welcome you all in here. And if you're new and this is your very first time, I want to be the first to welcome you on in. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle. I help people move beyond their fear to trust themselves and expand into who they were always meant to be and living a joyous life, right? And yes, it's all about frequency. So I want to greet you with higher insight. And again, I want to thank everybody for being present here. It's more than 284 of you here. I got a comment from a brother who told me he really loves listening to me. This is my version of it. Y'all can read it for yourself. But I just take too long and too much talking before getting down to the business, the meat and potato. And so I am going to try to shorten that down so we can get in here and get out. And so I know it was meant with love. It wasn't anything meant to in any kind of malice. And I didn't take it that way. I definitely am going to try to wind it up some. I am. So we're not going to be here long. That being said, we are already 53 minutes in and we are moving forward. So we're going to continue to do that. Let's hit that like button. We got more than 280 people in here and 169 likes. It really will help the channel out. It will help me speed up. If we can get all of these likes going and you guys can subscribe, I listen, I give you my word. I'm gonna get to the business because y'all are letting me know that Sir Seamless said, Miss Blue, what you said about being mindful of what I should say this month has stuck with me. I've been trying my best. Your birthday is August the 28th. What a powerful day. Let's see if we can get to that and give some sort of reading. I want to give a big shout out. Lola Falana is in the building. Good to see you and everybody joining us. So here we go, you guys. So we are officially in this time period of what I like to call the in-between. We are in between, all right? We are in between because We have a powerful we had a powerful solar eclipse that was on August the 12th, just shortly after my mother's birthday. Shouts out to all the Leos in the building. And then on August the 28th, we have a lunar eclipse, and that eclipse is in Pisces. Thank you. Thank you, Dean. But what's going to happen? This lunar eclipse is happening inward, right? We usually experience it on a inward, more emotional level. Solar is more out in your face. Lunar is going to be coming in, right? And this lunar eclipse is in Pisces. My goodness. Right? And this will be the last Pisces eclipse that we'll have on this axis for a while. Now, yes, I'm going to be coming back. I'm going to be doing a deeper dive into the eclipse, but I wanted to unpack this with you guys because it's a lot to unpack right here. And I don't want to rush us, but I do want to make sure. I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush there to unpack what's going on. But there is something very profound that is happening here. Anyone who have children that is dealing with any kind of emotional issues, just sometimes, as young people having a difficulty in this world that we're living in, and them being such empathic, a lot of them sensitive souls. You want to check on those babies. You want to keep them close by you. You don't want to take things for granted. Don't accept school was all right or everything's okay or no or yes. Really engage in beautiful, supporting, loving conversations. Okay. Now, so there's a lot of things happening right now. There's a space between what has already happened and what hasn't happened yet. And I want to say this. Nothing is written in stone. Hey, little Barack, happy born to the baby. I got to give you that. I don't think I got a chance to tell you, but thank you. But nothing is written in stone. Nothing. And we have to remember that things are not written in stone, even if they were written in the charts, even if it was written in history, even if someone else wrote it, it's not written in stone. Your life can change at any given moment. Please remember that, right? So we're in that space where what has already happened has happened. But we're in the space between what hasn't happened yet. And there are some beautiful things that haven't happened yet. So sometimes we're so busy waiting for the next portal, the next moon, the next eclipse, the next sign, the next prediction, the next something. It's always something that we completely miss what life is asking us for today. And that's the question I want you all to take away. What is my life asking of me today, right now? Not tomorrow, not on the 28th, not 2 weeks from now, but what is it asking of you today? That's the question I want us to all ponder, flirt with throughout this whole live and take with us, right? So the in-between, we're going to be talking about the 8 things to focus on before the next eclipse, right? And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to check in with you guys. I'm going to check in with you because I said I was going to do this. We're going to try to get out of here real soon, but we're going to do it. What's happening in your life, right? I want to know. What are some of the things that you have been noticing? Hey, electric magnetic butterfly, good to see you, right? What have you noticed? What feels different? Because I know it's got to be some things that's feeling real different. And what kind of things are you questioning now that perhaps you wasn't questioning before. If I would go back maybe about 2 weeks, you wasn't questioning that before. But right now, it's some things that you're questioning. Thank you for the super chat. I'm going to get to questions in a little bit. So we're gonna skedaddle, as they say. We're going to Charlie Mike. We're going to skedaddle ourselves on over there so we can get to it. Yeah. So, all right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. I also want to remind you guys, this is not just a channel where I talk at you. This is really a community. And I am truly so honored to have all the visionaries in the building tonight. It's more than 300 of you here. And for those of you who are new, I call all of my subscribers visionaries. We are in the blue room. And to be a part, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and come on in. We are a community. And I want you to know that your experiences matter, your questions matter. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes somebody will put something in chat that answers a question for a whole nother person that nobody didn't even ask. So it's a lot that goes on in the community, and they are fully alive and in a high vibration right here inside of the blue room. And so, yeah, people will put questions in the chat, right? And somebody else in the chat will give an answer and share things with them, right? All right. Well, beautiful, magical, magic art, magic. Why I can't spell magic alchemist. I think I'm saying it right. Okay. But y'all get the point. It matters, and all of that happens in the blue room, things that go on, that's the magic of the community. The community here inside of the blue room with all of the visionaries and everyone who's been here, whether you've been here for a long time, you just came, maybe you've been following me. Some of you guys been rocking with me for more than 20 years. Some of you guys are new to me. Some of you we met through C19. Some of you came over from TT. Some of you discovered me on YouTube. Some of you were referred to me, but we're just so glad you're here, right? We are. Now, so we're going to talk about this in-between space. And I want to share this with you. Don't be so quick to fill the space. Sometimes it's good to leave space. When you first learn how to drive, I remember when I was first learning how to drive and I took driver's ed. How many of you took driver's ed? I took driver's ed, and one of the things my teacher got on me so bad about is because I did not leave enough space between me and the car in front of me. So I want you to think about this time. Don't be so quick to get to the eclipse. Enjoy the space, right? But I understand a lot of times we are very uncomfortable with not knowing. We want answers. We want signs. We want somebody to tell us what's next. But what if we don't need to know what's next? And I want you to think about that. One of the most exciting things for me has been on my journey is when I don't know what's happening, when I don't have any insight, when I don't have a clue, when I can't see what is next. That is so profound and powerful. I'm like, yes. Allow the universe, allow the Most High to surprise you. So what if the question isn't, The question right now isn't what's coming. What if the question is, who am I becoming? And so we're going to take that from the external world and we're going to put it right back here. And so that's the question I want you all, and if you feel like it, you can answer it. Who are you becoming? I know who you're being right now, but who are you becoming? That becoming is going to come in conjunction with being because you have to eventually embody it. But the reason I say becoming is because we live on a planet where either you're growing or you're dying. That's it. So you are becoming something. But you got to go in here to figure that out. That's not a question that lives outside of yourself. That question can only be answered from within. Who am I becoming? I want you to know because the solar eclipse may initiate something, but I want you to know initiation is not completion. How many times have people initiated things like running for political office or running for some sort of position? Any of that. Initiation is not completion. You can be initiating so many things in your life that you have yet to finish. Something can be energetically before you even have evidence to even see it. So it doesn't have to be something physical. It can be something energetic. And this is where your relationship with your higher self becomes important. Because of all things, your higher self isn't frantic. Your higher self isn't running all over here or doing all that. That's not your higher self. Your higher self isn't sitting somewhere talking about, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? Your higher self doesn't do that. None of that happens with the higher self. Your higher self can see a perspective that your personality cannot see. And so often when we're in that position where we can't see and we're a little frantic, we're a little unsure of ourselves, that's why. Because you are looking from the lower aspect of yourself. You're looking from the false matrix, which is your mind, because that's where the false matrix is, you know? Now, I can talk about it, but you guys know that's why I created the higher self activation. And shouts out to almost 400 plus who have the higher self activation. But I want you to know this, and I want you to really, really, really understand this. It's not about escaping your human experience. There's a lot of people on the planet, and I didn't realize how many, that still think Earth was a punishment. And I'm talking about people who do the work, that literally think that there was something they have done wrong, and that's why they're here. They think that. They think that this is some sort of punishment and that they have to earn their way out of here. Let me know if you still feel that way. You feel like you got to earn your way out of here. That there's literally somebody keeping score. And they check in the block and they're deciding what goes down. This is a choice. Everything that is happening on Earth is perfect in the eyes of Source. That's hard. That's very, see, that's when you leave the metaphysics and you leave the esoteric and you get straight into the occult. That's hard. I'm not asking you to get there. I'm asking you to think about it. Because, see, the moment you realize nothing is wrong with Earth, you can start to elevate in your consciousness. Earth is a school, and just like school here, you don't have to go. You can still have a beautiful time on Earth without going to school, without going to college. Matter of fact, some of our top tech companies, all that we have, they're from people who are totally against going to school. I need you to hear what I'm telling you. But I also want you to hear that it's not about escaping a human experience. It's about learning how to access the parts of yourself that can see beyond immediate fear, immediate noise, immediate programming, because that's what you want to do. You want to be able to see beyond the fear, beyond the noise, beyond the distraction, beyond the programming, beyond that. So now we're going to talk about it. I'll get back to that in a minute, but if any of you are ready, already have the higher self activation, this is a beautiful time for you to go back and work with it again. Don't just collect spiritual tools, okay? Use them, right? And that goes for everything I've created. Whether if you have the H2O, I need you to work with it. If you have the fire alchemy, this is a beautiful time to work with your courage, your confidence, moving forward, your passions, all of that, right? Go back and work with those tools that you have, right? They're not just created for you to purchase and then just let them sit somewhere. Some of you guys are sitting on a gold mine of things that you have to work with. And I want you to begin to start working with them. Yeah. All right. We getting into it. Give me give me a second now. Ms.Blue, emotions are like high explosives. Is it that the lunar eclipse can cause erroneous deaths? You will have people acting out, especially people who have kept their emotions and things built up inside of them for a very, very long time. Yeah. We're going to see that. We're going to avoid that. This is why I primarily want the brothers to keep their frequency high. I'm talking about very, very high, because that high is going to keep you in your awareness, is going to keep your head on a swivel. It's going to allow you to pivot, to stay in your power, and all of that. All of that is going to keep you in that space. All of that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. I'll come back and I'm going to really, really do a deep dive on that, because I have some other things that I want to talk about with that, like some real talk. If y'all ready to have some grown talk about what's going down and what's getting ready to happen, I'm always going to be that girl that's going to give it to you. And sometimes without a chaser. Sometimes without a chaser. It's just going to come straight at you so we can know. We don't have time to play around when it's not time to play around. We can float out in the astro realm. We could do that shit on a Tuesday, right? But sometimes we have to be about the business of our business. And that's just facts. That's just facts. If you're here for that work, I am here for you. If you're not here for it and you just want to play in your mind, that's cool too. But we're going to ask you to go to the back. You can't sit up front. You got to go to the back of the room. You can't sit up front and play. This ain't for the players, you know. We'll let you get out in the sandbox. But if you really about that and you really want to know, and I know you guys are, you will know. And we going to do it, and we ain't going to do it. We ain't going to be scared to do it. We ain't going to run and do it. We going to do it like it needs to get done. We're going to do it like it needs to get done. So here we go. We're going to dive in. So I want you all to know, right? I'm not going to go all the way in because you know me, we'll be here 5 hours and I ain't got 5 hours and I know you got stuff to do. So I'm not going to go all the way in, but there is more coming. And I want you all to know that there is more coming. I feel like succubus energy is rampant. Listen. That's what I'm talking about. See how y'all want to play? Y'all around here talking about some succubus energy? Listen, I'm sure it is some succubus energy, but you know, if you wide open, anything can get at you. I'm just saying, if you leave yourself wide open, anything can get at you. Okay? You can't keep yourself wide open. So here we go. We're going to come back and talk about the tools. We'll talk about the new class that's coming up in September, the hit code as well. Glenda, I just read a whole article on that. We got to talk, Glenda. We got to talk about that. Okay, let's keep going. All right. So I want you to know that where we're going, the next chapter, it isn't about consuming more information. It's just not. It's not about consuming more information. It's about embodiment. It's about application, right? It's about embodiment and pure application. It's about what are you actually doing with what you already know? Like, how are you enriching your life and the lives of others? This is where we are on the planet. This is where we are. So before we get to August the 28th, before we start talking about the next eclipse and what it's bringing, I'm going to give you 8 things I want you to focus on right now. So get your notebook, get your phone, put it in your notebook, put it in your phone. Okay. I want you to write it on the back of an envelope. You got a piece of paper, you got a bill in front of you. I don't care what it is. I want you to grab it. You got a brown paper bag, put it on that. Grab you some printer paper and let's go. And I want you to really, really sit with these. Okay? Really sit with these. Just take your time and sit with these. So number 1 of the 8 things to do before the eclipse, number 1, I want you to pay attention to what has already changed. Think about in your life, what has changed since we had the solar eclipse on the 12th? What has changed? I want you to ask yourself, what is the difference about me since August the 12th, which was a couple of days ago? What's the difference? Okay? What's the difference? And I want you to start pondering these questions and not necessarily looking outside of you, but I want you to start looking inside. What don't I want anymore? I want you to think about something you was just like gun ho, like, oh, I want this. What is it that you don't want anymore? Here's the next question. What am I suddenly interested in? Like, oh my goodness, like it has just called your attention in a way you didn't think you would be interested, so interested in it. And what doesn't bother me anymore? Ooh, I love that. Makiba G says, I'm more in love and I feel so much more confident in myself. Beautiful. Think about what doesn't bother me anymore. What doesn't bother me? What is it that you say, you know what? Since August, that don't bother me no more. Right? And then I want you to think about this. What suddenly is irritating and bothering the heck out of you? What is bothering you that didn't bother you before, but now it bothers you? What is it? Think about it. And then I want you to think about this. Who feels different? Who feels different in your life? Is there somebody? Because remember, it's not just you changing, it's other people who are changing, who is evolving. Who feels different? Who feels complete? And I want you to think about it within yourself. Who feels complete? Think about your tolerance. Think about your relationships. Think about your appetite. Has your appetite changed since August the 12th? What's changed? Have your food changed? Has relationships changed or changing, right? Because we're still in that window. Clothing. Is your pets acting a little different? You know, you got a little dog, got a little cat. Are they acting a little different? Because they're changing too. Here's the key with this question here, where you'll see so much profound insight if you can go inside of you. And so when you can recognize what things in your life has already moved. And we're just talking, we're not going back to the beginning of the year. We're not going back 6 months. We're not doing that. We're talking about August the 12th of 2026. I can look at all of these. I answered all of these questions. I can tell everything already that has changed. Right? Because here's the truth. Many of you right now, you already have evidence that something has shifted. You already got the proof. So I don't want you still looking for proof that things are changing when you already have evidence that things have already shifted. Right? Because sometimes the problem is you're looking for the fireworks when the evidence is right in front of you, speaking very softly. Right? Very softly. But the evidence doesn't change. It doesn't change. Number 2. Let's go to number 2. Don't force the answer. And I want you to write this down, and we're going to, this one is big for me. Don't force the answer. Everybody wants immediate clarity. Should I leave? Should I go? Should I do this? Should I do? And you want to know right now on the spot. So number 2 of what to do before the 28th. Don't force the answer. You don't have to understand everything immediately. Why did he do that? Why did she do that? What's going on with this? Why haven't they answered me on that? Why isn't this going on with that? Why isn't this going on with that? Sheila said, I just drove by the fireworks store when Ms.Blue said fireworks. Powerful. Yeah. Don't force the answer. Because here's what I want you all to know. Sometimes clarity is still forming. It ain't here yet. It's waiting on you to do another step. It's waiting on you to get in a certain vibration or have a certain energy. So there can be many things you can't get clarity because you haven't even finished the complete thought. You haven't finished it, right? You don't have to know what something means the moment it happens. You don't have to know right away. So don't force the answer, right? Observe. I want you to listen. I want you to give yourself some room, a little bit of space, room. Clarity doesn't always arrive just because you out here in the streets chasing it down. I ain't going to say the next word I was going to say, but you running after it, chasing it down. That's not how clarity arrives. Sometimes clarity arrives when you finally become quiet enough that you can recognize that it was looking you right in your face. Right in your face. All right. Number 3. I want you to watch what spins the block and come back around. Just watch. Watch what comes back. It could be a person, it could be an idea, it could be a conversation, it could even be an opportunity that just comes back around again. And you like, dang it. Here comes that conversation again. Here comes that unfinished project again. Here comes the old feelings again. But maybe it's an idea. It was a beautiful idea that you had, but somehow it slipped away. Life happened. Too much was going on at the time, and you didn't get a chance to really get a hold of it. So it could be a person, could be an idea, could be a dream. It could be that conversation that person slid up out of it. And maybe the person is you, but that conversation's coming back around again. And I want you to watch what is coming back around again. And then there might have been that opportunity that you said, dang it. If I get that opportunity, this is what I'm going to do different. I'm going to do this different again. And I want you to know that opportunity may come back around again. And I want you to watch for it, as well as your old emotions. And even some person, maybe it was somebody who wanted to do something amazing with you, but you were too scared. You were not ready. You felt afraid. You didn't feel prepared. That person may come back for another chance, because these kinds of things happen during this window. Something you thought you were finished with? Listen, but hear me. Just because something comes back, it doesn't necessarily mean you're supposed to take it back. You're not supposed to take all of this back. Some of this stuff coming back, you got to leave it where it is. Sometimes something return because you're finally ready to respond completely different than maybe how you responded during the initial time. And that's going to be your real growth. That you can respond differently, and you ain't got to leave yourself in that conversation. So number 3 of 8 things to do before the 28th of August is watch what comes back. Let's go to number 4. I need you to clean up all your energy leaks. Yeah. Find where your energy is leaking, right? Where is your power going? Where are you giving too much thought to inside of this false matrix, which is inside of your mind? Who are you constantly just over explaining yourself to, right? Where is your life force energy going? If you find yourself waking up saying you tired, you're going to sleep, you tired, you go to work, you tired, you ain't even did no work, where is your life force going, right? Is it too much strolling? Are you constantly on devices, social media? Too much explaining? Are you worrying? Too much worrying all the time? Too much access given to people? Oh, don't I know? Too much access given to people. Too many unfinished obligations. Oh, my goodness. So, before you ask for any more energy, I need you to look and see, where are you losing energy you already have? Where are you leaking your energy? Where are you leaking your energy at? You got to do that. And immediately, once you can identify where you're leaking your energy, I promise you, I have done thousands and thousands of readings, energy readings, for people all over the planet. And immediately, when we identify that leak, it starts slowing down, starts slowing down, starts slowing down. We're talking about energy leaks, energy leaks. So if you're overthinking and you're always in the false matrix called your mind, and you are swirling questions and swirling conversation, you can't get out your mind, you're leaking energy. Let's go to number 5. Okay? We're going to go to number 5. Number 5. Get your physical world in order. Listen, I'm going to be working on this, tidying up things before we get to the 28th. Spirituality does not mean that everything has to be cosmic. And I see this so much, and I just see so many powerful, beautiful people who are trying to escape their human experience and don't realize that they can have their spiritual experience and their powerful human experience too. We no longer have to sacrifice one for the other. It used to be that way in the old world. There used to be a very narrow path. That's why so many of our ancestors and the books will tell us, and great books will tell us, that we can take the left path. Because, see, they didn't know. Now they run side by side like a highway. You don't have to sacrifice one life for the other and think that, oh, if I'm suffering in my physical life, then somehow my spiritual life just makes it all better. You don't have to do that. Get your physical life in order. Spirituality doesn't mean that everything is out in the ethers. And contrary to popular belief, and I say this with so much love in my heart for you all, because trust me, there was a time I was there. Your intuition doesn't live in your mind. It doesn't. Your intuition doesn't live in your mind. Your spirit doesn't live in your mind. And I see so many people think they are tapped in, they are locked in, they are listening to their intuition, and they are just playing in the false matrix of their mind. Of their mind. So let us all take heed to this and get our physical world in order. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is to open that mail and read it, is to answer an email, right? Is to walk outside and talk to your neighbor, is to be able to sit in the house with family members that don't think like you, that you don't have the same philosophy or you don't agree spiritually, but you can have a beautiful conversation, right? So sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is to clean your room, is to look at your bank account. I'm talking about really look at it. Make an appointment to go find out why are you in so much pain. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is drink some water. Drink some water. The other spiritual thing that you can do is organize your calendar. Organize your calendar. Handle your business. I want you to understand that. Look at your money. Really sit down and think about your money. It could be to finally buy a new bed set, buy a new chair. That can be the most spiritual thing that you can do. The most spiritual thing that you can do is sit down and watch cartoons without needing to spiritually explain every sign and symbol in it. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is have a good laugh at yourself. Look at your paperwork. As we move closer to this energy getting into Virgo season, it's about bringing the energy down out of the heavens, if that's what you want to call it, or your higher self into your actual life. Because what good is it if the only place you can be free is in Mars, is in the astral realm, is when you're sleeping? What good is it? If the moment you start to become present within your body, it's not a good experience. So we got to ground this. This is to make you even more stronger here, right? For whatever that is. Even if it's soap opera, sit down and watch it without saying, that right there, let me break it down. No, we don't need you to break it down. We need you to stop chasing numbers for just a second and recognize that the number is the power of your soul's existence. Let's go to number 6. This is a big one here. Number 6. Y'all let me know if y'all feel me here. All right. We got more than 333 people in the building. Let's get those likes up. Number 6. Look at your relationship without making everybody your enemy. Okay. I know Spider-Man is out and he got villains after him. But I need us to be able to please, my goodness, everybody ain't trying to take something, get something, use you, hurt you, abuse you, stomp on you, destroy you. Everybody, Lord have mercy. Everybody is not out to get you. Please look at your relationships without making everybody a villain. Okay? Every time we have an eclipse, I'm going to get tons of emails. Somebody decide that they got to cut somebody they knew off. I had to get rid of everybody. I had to cut them off. I had to cut that out. I had to stop following this person. I had to block that person. I had to do this. I had to do that. What? No, 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 no. Everybody is not toxic. Everybody is not a narcissist. I don't even know why we came. Everybody is not a narcissist, right? Everybody is not blocking your blessings. Everybody is not doing that. This is what I want you to do instead. I want you to ask better questions. See, one thing about me that has taught me at a very young age of not being able to fully express myself. And when you can't fully express yourself, you don't fully understand other people. It's not a one-way street, ever. Not a one-way street. And so I would have friends, high school, college, and I'd be feeling some kind of way. Now, don't get me wrong, I was right about all them damn feelings. 99% of them, I was right. But it was my fault because I didn't know who I am. Because, see, your circle is a reflection of you. Somebody say, my circle is a reflection of me. It is. It's a reflection of you. Some of it may be the past you. Some of it may be the present you. Some of it may be the future you. But it is a reflection of you. You're in there. It's a reflection of that. But I had to learn how to ask better questions, not of them, but of myself. I had to learn how to ask myself better questions. Can this relationship meet the person that I'm becoming? If the answer is no, then it's a no. If the answer is yes, it's different. Because here's the truth. I don't know about y'all, but when I was younger, sometimes I hung out with older people. So I just wasn't as mature. We think when we get to become an adult, that changes. Sometimes you're in spaces and places where you don't have the same life experience as the people around you. And I don't care what nobody say, your life years, oh, they count. I know we live in a world now where we think none of that matters. Oh, yes, it does. Life years of how long you've been growing up on planet Earth. Oh, you can take that to the bank any day on an early Friday and you can go ahead and cash out. That you can cash out. Your Earth years count. Don't let nobody make you think that Earth years don't matter. Earth years count. That is a currency that you have to earn by being present here. And if you're not cashing in, I want everybody to take note of their Earth bank account. And I want you to see how much funds you got in your Earth currency bank account, because that counts. See, we get into this spiritual thing and we start to think none of this matters. Oh, everything here matters. In fact, you wouldn't be here if matter didn't matter, because a portion of you that is housing what is keeping you here, which is your spirit, is made out of matter. So everything matters. Your Earth years matter. Yes, we can learn from our children. We can learn from animals. We can learn from the elements. We can learn from nature. But your personal Earth years, 10 out of 10. That's top tier. That matters. That matters. That's top tier. That supersedes any learning on this planet. That matters. That matters. We live on a planet of matter. We came here to experience matter. That's where the disconnect is when we start raising our consciousness. We want to get away because there's been a group of people on the planet that wanted to convince you to get away from matter. And many of you swallowed that pill. And now you stuck like Chuck because you realize you need matter. Because if you separate from matter, you won't be here anymore. That I know matters. Okay? So, listen, I'm going to give you my Cash App in a minute. Donations accepted. I think some people know it, but I'm going to keep going. I want you to know. So now we're on question number 6. Check your relationship without making everyone your enemy. Everybody is not trying to block your blessings. Start asking yourself better questions. Can this relationship, this friendship, this work relationship, can it meet the person that I am becoming? Because sometimes the person you're being just needs to grow. I'm just saying. And what's also equally important, am I allowing other people to become somebody new too? See, I can't just grow and then don't want you to grow. How that work? How does that work? I can't say I'm over here growing, but then I want you to stay the same. That's why I always challenge you guys. Now, I get it. Everybody ain't up for that. Some of y'all don't want teachers that will put some shit in your face and say, wait a minute, you've been like doing this for how many years now? What's really good? What's good? What's going on? Like, what's happening? I hear you over here talking this, but you've been working on this for how long I know you? Why are we still here? I'm trying to figure out, why are we still here? Why are we still here? I get it. Some of y'all I leave alone because y'all don't want to have that conversation. But I don't want to be the only person growing. I want y'all to grow too. I want y'all to grow. We supposed to be growing together. We all got something different going on, but we got to be growing together. We can't still be stuck in the same place we was stuck. We can't do that. We got to grow. And if we're not growing, we got to figure out, how can we get to growing where it matters, not to me, where it matters to you. So I want us all to look in our relationships and think about it. Am I allowing other people to become someone new too? You understand? Are you allowing other people to become new? You know how people say, oh, girl, she over there acting brand new. That's a good thing. Fun fact, I had somebody tell me that. Oh, Ms.Blue acting brand new. Yeah. And you should be acting brand new too. You not growing? Grow. Because that's real spiritual maturity. You understand? Many of you, if you can be honest, right? Since you've been over here, and I'm not tooting my own horn, I'm just letting you know, we're going to call it what it is. You have grown since you stepped in this space. Have you not? You have grown. Now, some of you been mad at me for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. Some of you are new and you getting a little heated under the collar, but you growing. You're growing. You have grown, and you know you have grown, right? So we got to make sure that while we over here doing all of this growing, that people we got in our lives, we're allowing them to grow too. You understand? We're allowing them to grow too. So we don't want to just grow over here. We don't want to just say, no, this is all that can grow. If you ain't over here, you can't grow. No, 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 no. You understand? We want to allow them to grow too. So that's beautiful. So number 7, we're going to talk about this one. And this is why we're in this window right here. We're in this window. And I want y'all to make sure y'all come back and put that in the comments section. If you're listening to this in the past, in the after hours, I want you to come back. I want you to drop in the comments that you have grown since connecting over here. Because otherwise, what you keep coming back for? You coming back because you're growing. Because you're growing. You're growing. You can look back and say, you know, that Ms.Blue, she can, but I have been growing. I have been growing. Oh my goodness. All right. So we're on question number 7. But let me circle back to question number 6. All right. Because this is important. Connections, relationships, things that you value, visibility. Ooh, did I hit a hot topic? We've been talking about this visibility for a while. Look, quiet as it's kept. I'm one of the birth childs of visibility from somebody who wasn't visible for more than 18, 19 years. So I feel like I got just a little bit more experience on when it comes to the visibility piece than most people on the planet. Because most people, by the time they hit here, they're visible. I wasn't. But I want to tell you the flip side of that visibility. Even though I wasn't visible, I had more than 8 million followers around the world. And so I say that to preference because everybody's visibility story is a little different. And sometimes people aren't just not wanting to be visible because they are ashamed of themselves. I know some of y'all thought, ooh, she must be ugly, which I don't think there's an ugly person in the world. But I wasn't being visible because I was ashamed of me. It was because of things that happened to me. And people literally sent me emails and told me they thought that that's why I wasn't visible. No. Had everything to do with trauma from when I've been kidnapped twice in my life. And many of you know that story. I'm not going to get into it here, but for those of you who are new, I was kidnapped once in New York, held by gunpoint, my mom, my brother, and me. And I was kidnapped again in Czechoslovakia. And it was a group of kids. Twice. Held captive and exchanged for some KGB spies from Russia. Yeah. Go tell that to someone, okay? They don't call me the Oracle for nothing. And if you know the true origin story of the Oracle, they were kidnapped. I was kidnapped twice. The third time I'm not going to count. That was a jealous, crazy boyfriend who tried to kidnap me because I broke up with him. Well, he did kidnap me, but we ain't going to count that because I made it out of that one. I was over there Catwoman and I made it out of that situation. But the other two was why I wasn't visible. And I never wanted to, and I wasn't even thinking about myself. My children were younger then, and I didn't want to expose my children for somebody to find them or do something and of that nature. So I know that some of you, your visibility story can be a multitude of things. You understand? I'm glad you got a new job while you up in here. I'm glad you got a new job while you up in here. See how things turn around when you come over here? Let's hit that like button. Where y'all at? Hit that like button. So listen, but all of that, and don't feel sorry for me because I had some wonderful experiences. That's how I met the Black Madonna for the first time in my life. I didn't find out till 20, 30 years later who that statue was. When we were kidnapped in Czechoslovakia, I seen the one that's in the Czech Prague, that's there, which is a very beautiful city, by the way. I went back in my older age back to Czech Republic, so that my therapist thought it would be good for healing to go back to walk around in that country and not have that trauma. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, so Brooklyn is home, even though I was kidnapped in Brooklyn. I'm over that fear. I don't think somebody gonna snatch me up on the middle of the street, that kind of crazy thing. But I say all of that to say visibility is many different reasons why you're not being visible. My suggestion would be to you is to get to the source of it. Get to the source of it. You understand? Get to the source of it. Whatever it is. Some of these things are old programs, things people could have told us, you know. Makita said, yeah, Ms.Blue, for me, it really is. Women used to tell me I wasn't pretty, and it took me really, yeah. And I've had people tell me that, you know, to each its own. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And as long as I'm beholding me, that's why self-love is so key, because I'm telling you guys, self-love. Yes, the Black Madonna that the Pope prays with. Yeah, prays to. Yeah. That's why self-love is so key. That's why getting out of fear, why I'm so passionate about these things, is because I lived it. Not some shit I read in a book. Not because they say that's what's sexy and hot that we need to talk about in the spiritual community. It's because I lived this. Not for 1 or 2 years, not for 3 or 4 years. I lived this for most of my life. And I understand the pain. I understand the trauma. I understand the sadness. I understand the hurt. I understand how we hold ourselves back. I understand how it keeps you from living a joyful life. And so you become comfortable with sadness. And joy only happens every 5 years, right? I know this. I'm not giving you lip service. I live this and I know this. One of the things that I truly wish I had was a Ms.Blue. You see how the work we want so desperately to help others with is what we need to know and heal from ourselves. I put a post up on Instagram. I think I did it yesterday, day before. And it explains about that thing you're trying to get rid of. That's your superpower. You just don't know it yet. So listen, I've been there where people have said all kinds of things to me. And when I got, trust me, it wasn't all glitz and glimmer when I came on camera. I heard all kinds of names and words and things of that nature. But unfortunately, I had self love. And so you realize that when people do things to hurt other people, that is ego, right? But I also want you to realize that when you're not doing what you want to do, no matter what the reason, myself included, that is ego too. That is textbook ego, what you have been taught. It is the lower mind holding you back. So if you guys want to know why I love y'all so hard, that's why. Because a lot of these situations that you have been in, I've been there. I've been there, or I've worked with someone who has been there. And I'm telling you, there is sunshine on the other side. But you have to feel safe enough in your body to take a chance to move to the other side. To the other side. Just to the other side. Just one little step. Every day, one little step to the other side. Okay? So, yeah. So, visibility, we're going to go over this again. Connection, relationship, your values. Have some values. Matter of fact, we all should go back and think about our values. All of our values. Upgrade your values. When was the last time you upgraded what you value? Think about visibility. It's important to be visible. Because even when you're not visible, you carry, your aura reads different. That's why it's important for children to stand in their light and be able to want to be heard, to be seen, that can speak up for themselves and have self-confidence and a courage about themselves, because that aura can be read and people can read when you have an aura that you're hiding from something. And it doesn't have to be something in the physical world. It could be from your own pain. It can be from your own hurt of the past. It can be, you know, it can be from your own failures, your own disappointments, or, you know, different programmings, or just how you grew up in your family. Your aura reads different, and people can feed off of that weakness within your aura, and they can take advantage of you. You understand? You can be taken advantage of. And so we got to get that. You understand? Visibility, opportunity. And I want you to know we're in this energy right now. Right now. Children are so courageous and forgiving. They are. Not all children. We would love to think, but as a child, I can tell you, I really wasn't. I could put on a good front, but I really wasn't. I was scared. Scared of life, scared of people, scared because of those situations that happened to me. Scared. Yeah, scared straight, for real. So, by life, you understand? Yeah, see, you, watershed moment, you back from the remix days, so you know we've had plenty of these conversations and we've talked about it for so much. And Brother Bobby Hemmett was the one who encouraged me to speak about it so I could get over it, so I could heal. I needed to talk about it. So I give that to you guys. Let's go to number 7. We're almost done. We're almost at number 8. Let's go to number 7. Y'all ready? I know y'all gonna say, come on, Ms.Blue, but this is true. Stop asking for signs about something you already know. Some of y'all do that, but I know why y'all do it. Sometimes y'all just want to see if I can see you. You don't believe people can really see you. So sometimes y'all ask questions that y'all already know the answer to. Sometimes we do it because we want confirmation, and there's nothing wrong with that. I would like to think that all of us here have people in our lives that we can have that kind of conversation with, right? But I want to also say this to you, and take what resonates and what doesn't. How many confirmations do you need? If I'm speaking with someone and they tell me that they talked to 5, 6, 7 different people, I'm not talking to you. I'm not. You better hope that your guides got a lock and they tapping me on my shoulder, and I promise you I'm contemplating it. I'm contemplating. No, no, no. No, no, no. Don't come to me. If 5 people told you, when are you going to listen? Or I'll tell you and y'all go, yeah, that's what so-and-so told. My mama told me that. Yeah, my man told me that. Yeah, my girl told me that. Yeah, I didn't talk to 5 people and everybody keep telling me that. So just when are you going to listen? When are you going to listen? Right? You ask for a sign, you got it. There it is. You got the sign. Then you say, well, if that's really the sign, then I need you to show me another sign. Somebody just gave me a thumbs down. If that's really a sign, I'm going to need you to show me another sign. Another sign came. And then you say, okay, universe. If that was really you, baby, listen. 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 At some point, seeking confirmation is really just a way of you postponing a decision. That's it. You're just postponing making the decision. That's it. There's a difference between intuition and avoidance. Very big difference, right? Part of knowing your magic is learning to trust yourself. You got to learn how to trust yourself, right? So we all working on that. We're working on that. Let's go to number 8, because this is the last one. We're almost done here, you guys. So thank you for being so patient. Number 8. Decide. And we just talked about decisions, but I want you to decide what cannot come with me into this next eclipse. We're going to use that eclipse like it is a doorway, and I want you to decide what can't come with you. Okay? Hold on. Don't forget, I'm probably going to come back and do a deep dive on the Pisces lunar eclipse. I'm going to do that. I don't know when yet, but I will. But I want you all to decide what can't come with you. What idea, what thought, what things, right? What cannot continue? I cannot continue to use my mind like a doormat. Some of y'all took that statement, the mind is all, you done took it too literal. Because it don't mean wear your mind out. That's not what it means. Remember, the mind is only good when you're doing something logical in the moment. It cannot figure out what's next. It cannot do any of those things. I don't care how great it is. It's not designed for that. It's a genius. If you went to IKEA and you got a desk you got to put together, it's a genius. If you got a baby's toy and you trying to put it together, the mind is a genius at that. It's a genius at trying to figure out how we going to, what day the rent is due. It can figure that out. How we going to pay the rent? It can't figure that out. When the rent is due, it can figure that out. So I want you to start thinking about what cannot continue. Now, not necessarily who, because we love to look outside of ourselves, but I want to bring you back home, right? What behavior cannot continue? What belief cannot continue? What habit cannot continue? What version of you cannot continue? What is that excuse that you done been using and running in the ground for the last 5 years? What excuse cannot continue? What fear that has been holding you back? What fear cannot continue? And what story have you been running around in these damn cosmic streets telling people that cannot continue? You got to get you a new story. Somebody put in chat, new story. By the 28th, everybody needs to have a new story, right? What cannot continue? The way you are treating yourself. You wouldn't treat your enemy the way you treat yourself sometimes. The way you talk to yourself sometimes. You wouldn't do somebody you didn't like that way. You wouldn't do that. The way you treating yourself. You got to get a new story. We got to get a new story, y'all. We got to upgrade. We need a new story. It's time for a new story. You understand? Yes, name it and claim it. I want you to think about that. We need new stories around here. I don't want to call this sister out, but there's a sister, and her name is My Daddy is a Pimp named Slick Back. I'm just saying, sis, you might want to get a new story. You just might want to get a new story. I'm just saying. You might want to get a new story. We all are due a new story. A new story. We need a new story. And for those of you who have the Kim deck, I remember when that first came out, I don't even know how many years, 19, 20 years ago, that card, new story, get a new story. Oh yeah, that was running rampant. It's still running rampant. Get a new story. Yeah, because the next level isn't asking you to acquire something. That's not what it's about. It's asking you to finally put something down. We're all talking about what we gonna get. What's that new? No. What are you going to put down? Yes, you remember her story. She needed a new story. She needed a new story. You got to say the whole thing. Say it with me now. Yes, a new story. We need to get it. So it's asking us to put something down. That is the in-between. That's the in-between. The in-between isn't an empty space. It's preparation. And what happens when preparation meets opportunities? Well, that's not actually correct. When you are prepared, you will be able to recognize all the opportunities. But if you don't have the preparation, yeah, look at Shakina. Shakina said, I do. It's card number 4. Know it by heart. Get a new story. And 4 opens the door. It's the energy connected with Aquarius, right? So, I want to hear from you all. I want you to put it in chat, or I want you to put it. I need some more lip gloss. I didn't talk so much. I didn't took my lip gloss off. My lips feel a little dry. Just a little. So I want you to put it in chat. I want to hear from you. Since August the 12th, what is one thing you've noticed changing, either around you or within you? I don't want you to overthink it. None of that. I don't want you to overthink it. I just want you to drop it in there. Since August the 12th, what is one thing that you notice that is changing in you, or something that is changing around you? And you can put that in chat. You can put it in chat. So these are going to be the 8 things to do before the next eclipse. Yeah, y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. The 8 things to do before the eclipse. Now, it's already 2 hours and 15 minutes. Speak freely. If that's what you've noticed that you've been doing since August the 12th, I want y'all to write this down, because this is going to take you into the other half of the eclipse story. Feeling more confident. Y'all going too fast. Feeling more confidence. My marriage. Oop. And I oop. Okay, was I supposed to read that? I think I was. Okay. Stillness and deafening silence around me. Okay, okay. I have better energy. I love that. Clarity has improved. Justifying any stagnation when it pointed out to me. No more defending. Okay, limitations, I believe. Beautiful, beautiful. Self-accountability. Oh, these are good, you guys. Quietness, vocals, the powers. Okay, more inner peace. I love that. Confidence and not knowing what's next. I love that. I started working out, even putting in 2-day schedules. I want it bad. Oh, I love that. That lip gloss action made that. You know what, little, I shouldn't even have read little Barack's stuff. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. I'm ready to upgrade my life. I love it. I speak up without getting emotional. Let me go back. I'm ready to upgrade my life. That's big. That's big. I speak up without getting emotional. I love that. Becoming more fearless. Absolutely love that. People response to me has changed. I'm greeted with so I'm greeted so sweetly by everyone lately. It it's very heartwarming, beautiful, beautiful. My patience, I love that. Creativity, courage, energetics. Okay, letting what doesn't work for me go. Absolutely, that's right. When are we going to listen? I am realizing more that I am magic, and being sure to look within before looking outside sources. Absolutely. Trusting my intuition. Oh, I love this. More clarity, self-care, eating and resting better. Oh, that's one to grow on right there. I am better at reading people. Okay, well, good, good, big mama. All right. Being supportive without being drained. We're going to run that back, Goddess Essence. That's a good one. Lola Falana says, my throat chakra is open, speaking openly about how I feel at the moment. I say no without explaining. Yes, I love that. Trusting my intuition. Yes, expressing myself clearly. Being kinder to me. Yes. I love it. I love it. Chosen Girl said, being authentically me and making no excuses. Love that. Love that. I feel more stable. Yes, powerful. Powerful. Reserved but peaceful. I love that. Now that's one. Reserved but peaceful. Okay. Patience versus procrastination. Yeah. Ooh, that was a good lesson. I did a whole show on whether patience or procrastination. Yes, yes, yes. Trust myself. Absolutely. Chloe. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to scream Chloe's name. Chloe. Clarity in my mind, trusting my path and my journey. I want to give this young soul family member, this young sister, congratulations because word on the street is, Chloe, that you done graduated. Chloe done graduated and we need to big her up. I am so proud of you, Chloe. Love you so much. I owe you an email and I'm definitely going to get it to you because I had a chance to speak with one of your besties. She came back to let me know her prediction that I told her she would meet someone around the 8th of July or whenever. And she met the person and it was going to change her life. And it did. And she got into graduate school and she was so happy. And yeah, she told me that you graduated as well. So, Chloe, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. Oh my goodness. Wow. Time flies. I remember when you left to go to school. My goodness. Wow. Not looking to mend or fix relationships with family. Okay, okay. But make sure you go back to the part where I said don't throw people away. But that's fine. That's fine. You're just noticing what you're not trying to do. Okay, inner clarity of what I authentically want. Powerful. I started meditating and doing breath work so I can be more present. Powerful. That I need to listen to my body and yes, you do, Shaquan. I love that for you. Supreme Seven, trusting my gut on the smallest level. Absolutely, absolutely. Putting my pieces back together and seeing my original self. Wow, Miss Rich. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's my sister, y'all. I'm live. I'm gonna call you right back. Love you too. Bye. Sorry, y'all. That's my sister. Cause she's trying to go to that Blanc party, that Blanc white party. Listen, still trying to get the pieces. Anyway, I'm back. Okay, I know now. See, this how y'all know this real. This real right here. I ain't gonna. We don't need to dress it up. It's real. Okay, I know that it's okay to move. I love that. Change is good for growth. I love that. Ooh, more laughter and joy. Absolutely, Tanya. Love that for you. Love that. Love that. Chloe said, yay. Maybe you ain't hear what I said, Chloe. Let me see. All right, let's read this. Being confident in my abilities to be the best version of myself in this new season. So much that I empower others to do the same, which in return gives me power. Okay, okay. I love that. I love that. I love that. Uh, I empower others to do the same, which in return gives me power. I would challenge you if Miss Blue had to, if we were in class, I would tell you to think about that last sentence. Think about that last sentence. Think about that last sentence. Yeah, just think about that last sentence. You might want to, I'm just saying. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Being confident in my ability to be my best version of myself in this new season. I would move that sentence up and then put, which in return gives me power. And then I would say, so much that I empower others to do the same. That's how I would read it. Because reading it this way, it's almost like you're getting your power from empowering others. And I would caution you on making that the form of exchange of energy, because I'm sure that's not what you meant. So I just wanted to listen. I'm sorry. You know, I apologize, but I want to call that to your attention. Able to dodge negative thoughts like Neo in the Matrix. That's what I'm talking about. Realize that I can create my own experience, not the other way around. There you go. There you go. My joy coming back and confidence coming through. I love that. Love that. Being honest with what I want and sharing what's on my heart, no longer holding back. Love that. Love that. Oh, you did. You did. Okay, beautiful. You're welcome, Chloe. You're so welcome, Chloe. Yes. All right. New story. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. From the message this morning. Congratulations, Chloe. Okay, y'all telling Chloe, congratulations. Manifested rapidly more abundance 13. Okay. All right. Okay. There you go. Okay. Okay. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, we're going to get Griffin. I notice I don't react to things that irritate me the same way I used to. And on the external, I've been having this situation where male dogs are coming into the yard to mate with my female dog. Oh, you've been having a situation where, oh, with male dogs coming in the yard to mate with your female dogs. If you all have pets, I'm glad you brought that up, Griffin. I want you all to be very, keep an eye watchful on your pets these next couple of weeks. Making sure they can't get into things they can't get into. You don't have things around it. You don't have things around that shouldn't be around them. Those kinds of things. You want to make sure. I love this. All right. Enchanted Hourglass said, telling people my expectations and knowing theirs so we can see if we can meet each other's goals. Yes, it is highly, highly recommend. Yes, I'm getting ready to go to the super chat right now. You're right on time. I'm in a season of sacred reclamation, returning to the parts of myself that I had abandoned while surviving. I'm reconnecting to my body. Yes, the body is key. The body is T. You got to get with the body. It has to be a full body experience. Powerful. You guys have some powerful, powerful, powerful. I love it. Powerful. All right, I'm going to get to the super chats. Let's see. My birthday. Huh? Wait a minute. I'm not laughing, Deborah. Deborah, I thought your birthday is next year. Your birthday is next year. You want to know. You want to know. You want to know what to expect next year? I mean, am I reading this right? Is this what you really want to know? I don't think this is what you really want to know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Is this what you really want to know? Let me know, Deborah. I mean, you're welcome, Griffin. You guys are welcome. Let me know if this is what you really want to know. You still here, Deborah? And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with it. I'm just saying. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. Oh, so clear it up for me. You want to know right now, or you want to know your birthday? Oh, I get it. What should I expect? You want to know what you should expect right now. What you should expect right now. You gave me your birthday. Okay, okay, I get it. A lot of people are new to me. When y'all give me numbers, I think y'all don't want me to do what Ms.Blue do. Y'all want me to look at numerology because that's one of my second loves, right? But you're just telling me that's your birthday, but I don't need to know your birthday. Thank you, my dear. Okay, let's take a look and see what you can expect right now. Woo! That kind of scared me because I said, wait a minute. You want to know what's going on for your birthday? No, you talking about right now. Okay, Deborah, I got you. I can be a little slow. It's okay. It's okay. We all growing. All right, Deborah, let's take a look. Let me kind of draw your energy out and let me tell you. Mm. Um. Mm. All right. Okay, so here's a couple of things. And Deborah, I want you to, I don't know if you could see this. I want you to take a look at this. And so this is showing me that you do have some leaks that is going on. But I think it has everything to do with the situation that's happening right now. Tell me this, because I see a case. And so what has to happen right now is there is a case. Is there a some sort of case, some sort of something? I don't know if this is something involving you that you're waiting on something to come through, some sort of case, some sort of thing that has happened. There is a case, a physical case, as in a suitcase. And even I can see something about a move coming up. I just kept hearing need to move. There's a need to move. Not that you need to move, but there is a need to move. I need you to tell me how this relates to you, but I want to talk about this case first because what is so interesting about this case, the case has a lock on it. So something is sealed. There is something that is going on that either has resurfaced from the past or it is something that has happened that has not been resolved. And so this can be a case where either something is owed to you, given to you, need to be with you, some sort of case. There is something right now that concerns some sort of case. It doesn't have to be because I don't see paper coming down, so it's not legal. So it's not legal in that kind of sense. But what is it that is happening right now. Like I said, it could have been a suitcase because I see a case and it's locked. That also tells me that there is something that is hidden. Now, this can be something that you feel right now that something's being hidden from you. You're not being given all of the information, or you could be hiding something. I don't feel you're hiding something, but I feel like it's something you're attempting to figure out. That's not true, actually. Hold on, Deborah. Hold on, Deborah, because I got to get somebody real quick right now. I done did that. My glasses are sliding because they're too loose. But thank you. 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 So I want you to be on the lookout. This is a money cycle for you this year. I want you to check places you used to work. Maybe you had an apartment, a place you stayed, and maybe they owed you some money, a deposit, or something. Because I feel like this is a case. It has a lock on it. It's not anything legal because I didn't see a paper. I seen some sort of case. It could even be some sort of inheritance tied to some sort of property, some sort of land. Somewhere, something has a case. I want you to check. I want you to check, see, maybe there's been some sort of rumors, maybe somebody in the family told you something. Think back to places you lived, places you've worked. Maybe there is some sort of something of value that is left over that is locked in a case. Usually, when I see this case, it's some sort of inheritance. It's some sort of inheritance. It can be like sometimes, like if you worked on a job for a short period of time, maybe they did something, maybe there was some sort of thing that happened after you left the job, and maybe they owe you some sort of money, some sort of something. There's something to do with you and the case. Yeah, and a case. I want you to be mindful, but you're in a money cycle. But within this money cycle, it also is very karmic. And I know you're feeling that right now because whatever you do, it comes back to you very quickly, good, bad, or indifferent. Good, bad, or indifferent. And so your words have power right now. Tell me this because is there a need to move from another place, another state, another continent, another country? But we gonna try it. I don't think they meant anything. Y'all leave the person alone about the glasses. Because listen, I done tried everything. But really what it is my glasses need to be tightened. And your girls stay nice and greased up. And because I stay nice and greased up, it's gonna slide. It's gonna slide. It's gonna slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross. It's gonna do all of that. So we don't have to worry about it. It's gonna keep sliding. It's gonna keep sliding. Y'all don't put no more money in there. I gotta get ready to go. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. Nobody else. No more super chat. Thank y'all. But hold it because I want to make sure that I can do it in real time. Okay? All right. So, but tell me that. No need to move. No need to move. Is there a need to purchase another property? Is there something? Because this is hmm, 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 hmm. So, two things. I will tell you this. I will tell I will tell you this, two things for this. This is what I'm going to tell you. There is a need to clean Not that you're not clean. Don't take this the wrong way. And clear up. There are some things that, and we talked about this during this time, to get rid of. Like maybe you have some clothes that you want to donate. Maybe there's some appliances or things that you've been saying you're going to get rid of for a long time. This would be the perfect time to get rid of this. I feel like it's going to somehow going through these things. It could be old clothes, it could be old mail, it could be old item, old furniture, things you don't go in. By going through and cleaning this up, you're going to find something, and it's going to jar your memory on something. And by you checking back into that, you're going to find out what the case is. Somewhere there is something, and it is a gift that is waiting on you. It is something there, and it is waiting on you. And I want to talk to you right now because there is some things that is happening within you that you are leaking some energy. And I don't know why. You could be worried about financial things of the future, of things to go, because you have a leak in your root chakra that's going to go to relationship things, first family things, your family things, your heart chakra as well. See a little bit of grief in there. So it could have been a loss of a loved one or someone transitioning within the last year or two that you are still sort of navigating that space from. And then in the back of your third eye, so in the back of your third eye, which is on the back of your head, there's a lot of activity there, which is telling me that you're in the midst of an awakening that is happening. And you're doing a lot to really balance yourself, to try to balance yourself in what's happening. But this is a very beautiful time for you right now. But you've had a lot of things go on in the past that is leaking over, but there is definitely some blessings coming, but there is something in a case. When I see like a briefcase, oh, that's it. Ah, Debbie, my heart goes out to you. You lost your daughters. I am so sorry. Yeah, I can see. So that explains that big rupture here. And also in your heart. So whether that is a loss of custody or a loss as in transitioning for you. Yeah, yeah. I know I could see the grief between the last 1 to 2 years that has come up, you know? Yeah. Yeah, my heart goes out to you. But there is something there. There is something with this case. It is something, and it's big. It's big with this case. It's not something we can really get into here. I would really want to speak with you. They passed a year and a half of each other. Oh, yeah, yeah. Case. And how long ago, if you feel up to talking about it, how long ago have the girls been gone? And let me know if anyone else passed that's close to you. Because here, look here, Debbie, You see these two lines, how they're close to each other, and then there is this line. So there's an indication of a third person. And it doesn't have to be your daughters, but a third person. Has there been anyone else who's passed or, in the family that's close in the family here? Because there is two lines. And this is going to be the lines. I drew the lines there. But this is the two lines. These would be the daughters. And this is a third person here. Yeah, everybody's sending their love and their condolences. I know you wanted to know what was next for you. And then here by the heart chakra, I have the 1 to 2 years. And you said they pass between a year and a year and a half between each other. And then see how the two dots are there. One for 2 years and the other from 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. Yes, yes. Let me ask you a question, Debbie. And we're just going to talk about it. No, this wouldn't be your dad. This is going to be after. It wouldn't be your dad. It wouldn't be your dad. It wouldn't be your dad. Not that you don't still feel your dad, but no, this would not be your dad. But let me ask you this. Are there any kind of addictions or things of that nature within yourself or within your family? Within your family that you're working to get over, or anyone close to you within the family? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna leave this here. My condolences to you and your daughters. I feel basically for now what is next. That when you put your birth date and everything up there, it just seems so, I don't know, it took me somewhere, and I understand, in a beautiful place. I thought about, you need to be worried about you right now, your health right now, taking care of yourself. Addiction, yes, but not anymore. Okay. It's a reason I asked you this question. Hopefully, you heard the beginning of this show. And one of the things I want to tell you, of course, we know I have never experienced a loss of a child, but my love and my condolences is with you. I'm going to tell you this, for the month of August until we get to about mid-September is going to be a very, very testy time. And I want to tell you that honestly. That's the reason why I asked the question. I kind of went back and forth with your guides, and they said no. Put the question out there. And that's why addiction came up, because I could see this addiction. And I want you to definitely make sure that you prepare yourself, for these next couple of weeks. And I'm sure you're going to make it through this, because right now, what is needed from you is to really take care of yourself. To love yourself, take care of yourself. I feel like there's still going to be something. Look around in your house and things that you're going to clean. You're going to clean up. If there's something you were going to donate or clothes you were going to give away, I want you to go through that, because it may jar something in you to check on something and find out about this case. Now, in the case of, and I'm going to tell you this respectfully, if there was any kind of question in any of the passings of your daughters, anything from the hospital to ambulance to workplaces, if they were old enough to have workplaces, been places, maybe check some of those things, because as much as I want to disappear this case, it will not go away, Debbie. It will not. And I'm not going to tell you I'm always 100%, right? But I can tell you I've been doing this work long enough. And for those who have had me come to me, they know I'm evidential. So it's worth looking into, not from a place of pain, but I want you to look to it, because as much every time I try to remove the case, it keeps bringing me back. And I literally wrote right now, and I wrote a case. People who have known me for years, they know that when it's something legal, meaning it's something else, a piece of paper, I will always talk about a paper floating. There was no paper for you. This was a case, and this case is locked. And inside that case, that's a blessing. You know, in that case, something is in there. So just stay open to what that can be. It is some sort of, and I even said inheritance. And it could have been something you signed your kids up for when they were younger, or something they were signed up into, connected with, or something. It doesn't look like it was something they touched base with a long time ago, but somewhere in there it could be an inheritance. It could be something passed on to you, something you forgot about, somewhere you work, somewhere you live, somewhere maybe they work, they live, something. And we're not going to rule out your father either, because you said he passed. But I also want you to know, I see another line here. This isn't your line, but there may be someone close to you or someone in the family that might be making their transition. So if you have an elder, your mother, or someone you're close to that is dealing with something, you know, you want to send them love or whatever, a soul can change their mind. I am capturing the energy in this moment at this particular time, but there can be someone else that passes. You know, it's not one of your children, because I see the distance, but I just want to give you that. And so I want to make sure, I don't know how long you've been listening, that you go back through the things that we talked about. And I'm sending you so much love to you. Yeah. And your family. Okay. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. Yeah. Ashe. Blessings. Yeah. Let's go here. Didn't I tell y'all don't send me no more? Don't send me no more. Don't send no more super chats. I'm going to get these no more, you guys. And thank you for the super chat. Let's go to Limitless Key. She said, good day, Ms.Blue. I was wondering if you could do a body scan. I've been trying to move and get familiar with my own energy. Well, let me see. And that's a big thing. I want to bring this up, and I want to say thank you to Debbie for her very transparency and honesty. If any of you are dealing with any kind of addiction, even if that's attention, right? We need to make sure we lock down so we don't backslide. We don't go back into bad habits. Okay. So let me go to Limitless Key. Your energy looks good. Your energy looks good. I can definitely tell that you have been grounding, and you've been grounding yourself and your energy. I think you need to still work on your mind. So hopefully meditation and all of that is helping you, but your energy is literally dancing. It looks beautiful. So you are becoming more connected with your energy, and it's more steady. It's more steady. I love it. I love it, Key. Excellent work. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Good job. Good job. Yep. Good job. You are doing amazing. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yep. Good deal. Good deal. All right. Let's go here. Peace. I feel something big is on the horizon for me. So many synchronicities. What can you share? Also, I'm a Pisces sun and Gemini rising. That's beautiful. I really don't read the zodiac signs like that. I can, but I really don't. I prefer to read your energy because those are templates energies. And sometimes those template energies will have us locked, stuck, and drug. Okay? In the worst way. In the worst way. So I'm going to read your energy so we can open up the field of possibilities for you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome, Limitless Key. Great job. Great job. Let's see. Uh, mm. So, um, hmm. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Are you in a relationship, Mother Dragon? Because look, are you in a relationship? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Y'all better come on. I'm supposed to be over on TT. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Chat is moving slow. Mother Dragon. Hey, Brother Lance. Good to see you. Okay, I don't know if she's still here, so I'm gonna move on. I don't think she's still here. Yeah. I don't think she's still here. Let's go to the next one. All right. Let's see. I'm trying, Queenie. I'm trying to get over there. Goddess. What's your name? Goddess. Who that? Goddess Quotient. 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 All right. You told me to stop worrying. So I have been practicing meditating, breath work, but I have been worrying about my health. I had an appointment today. Your last couple of videos has helped me. Any thoughts? Yeah. Mm. Ooh, you're in San Antonio. You down by the Riverwalk. Yes. Good times over there. Are you still here, Goddess? Can y'all still hear me? Are we still live? I'm about to get off of here. Y'all ain't even answering. Y'all ain't doing nothing. There's someone, but I just don't have a physical attraction and I'm ready to move on. Yeah, well, I see a new person. So, you took so long to come back. You didn't took the fun out of it. No, I'm just teasing. Yes, I see a new relationship on the horizon. A beautiful one. Actually, and I don't really even like to get them kind of readings, but I do. So use this eclipse time to see where you gonna be with that. Don't rush it either, because this ain't a rush. This is let it happen. Yeah. It's let it happen in the relationship. Yeah. And this is something new, and this isn't someone you know. No, you don't know this person yet. So, yeah. That's why I said what I said. Okay, y'all hear me. Okay, oh, Sheila. All right, all right. So there you go. There you go. So now we're going, where is Goddess? Where is Goddess Quation? Is it Quation? It's supposed to be question, Q-U, Quation, Goddess Quation, Quation. Goddess Quation. Okay. I seen you answer me, but it was coming through in slow motion, you guys. Listen, it's 3 hours. We got to get out of here. Y'all know these brothers be in my comments. They done already told me. Ms.Blue, you got to stop all that yapping. Get to the business and get off. That's what they told me. They told me, do what you got to do and get off. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Get to the business and get off. Get out of there. Get off. All right. I don't see her. You not here? Okay. Well, I'm going to get your question next time. And I want you to know that all is well. All is well. I don't know. Is comments not moving? Oh, there you are. She said, Ms.Blue, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. My goodness. I'm here. Right. They over there hiding. What's really good? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. So I got it. I got it. Okay. I'm going to show you what I drew for you. If you could see that down at that bottom. You see that? You see that? You see that? All right. I want you to keep meditating. And I want you to keep breathing. But I also need you to work on your self-love. And I need you to work on the things you have to do in your life. You're holding on to too much. If I had to give you some spiritual consultation, it would be once a day to roll on the floor, turn up the music so nobody can hear you, and have a temper tantrum. And in a perfect world, I would prescribe you to have a temper tantrum 3 times a day because you have so much repressed anger and frustration inside of you. And it is doing its best to try to get out. And you've got to find a way to get it out. Take your pillow at night and scream as loud as you can in your pillow. Yes, but in a perfect world, I want you to get on the floor like a 2-year-old. If you got carpet, move out, make sure you have enough space, and just get on the floor and wild out and have a temper tantrum. And the chat says, who, me? Who, me? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have a temper tantrum because there's a lot of anger, resentment, a lot of silencing, a lot of abuse, emotional abuse, things that you have been subjected to, things that you have carried, secrets you have carried, things you've been forced to do that you need to get out. I'm glad that you started writing music, but let Ms.Blue tell you, you're going to need to do a little bit more than music. You're going to need to do a little bit more than music. I need you to physically get on the floor, and music is helpful. I want you to do that. But I want you to get on the floor and I want you to scream. I want you to yell, kick, and let it out. If they have, what's them rooms that you go into where you go and you bust the TV and you do all kinds of things? What are those things called? What is it called? The what room? What is that room called? Y'all know. Y'all probably been in them rooms. What is it called? What are those rooms called? Do y'all know what they call? What are they called? Where they give you a baseball bat and you put on the outfit so you don't hurt yourself, and you bust down the TVs and you beat things down. The rage room. Yes. My goodness. Thank you, Crystal. You and your husband went? Yes. You need to go to the rage room. You need to go to the rage room. And don't take the person you raging against with you. Go to the rage room. Matter of fact, ask, can you get a 3-month membership? Because you're going to need to come every day that you can. Yes, it's called the rage room. Go to the rage room so you can move some of this energy out of your body. That's what it's asking for. Yeah, that's what it's asking for. And then you have to make some changes. But it's going to start with self-love. It's going to start with self-love. I need you to fall deeply, compassionately, madly in love with you. You've been loving everybody else. It's time for you to focus on learning how to love you. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. But you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. You got to get to it, though. You got to get to it. You might want to scream in the pillow tonight. You got to get to it because you got a lot of stuff you got to let go. And once you let go and you start to come back to yourself, you have to start making different decisions. You have to start speaking your truth. You have to start choosing better connections, relationships, and people to be connected with. Yeah. Yeah. And I have to go here because when I say this is an OG, this right here, original Titan. Oh my goodness. Said peace and greetings, Soulful Oracle, just passing through. Glad to see you doing the do. Peace out. Peace and love to you, original Titan. I thought you had like one of the one of my posts before, and I was like, I only know one in this sphere. I only know one original Titan. That's it. Good to see you. Good to see you. So listen. That, I think that's going to do it for me. I think that's going to do it for me. Yeah, that's going to do it for me. I love you all so much. We are in between eclipse season. Brothers, remember what I said. I'm going to come back for a deep dive Sisters, don't worry. I'm going to have our part on what we need to do. We got to take care of our babies, take care of ourselves, take care of those around us, right? Brothers, this is not the week that you decide to be Johnny Saver for somebody you don't know. Don't do it. This isn't the week to do that. This not the week. This not the week that you see a stranger. And y'all know what I mean by stranger. And you decide you're going to leave your girl, your baby, your kids in the car. You're going to jump out. You're going to run across the street for somebody who won't run across the street from you. You don't do that. This is not the energy. This is not the vibration for that. What you do is you pick up your phone and you call somebody and say, guess what? Somebody over here needs some sort of help and support. Okay? We'll get into it. We'll talk about some of these channels that I've been seeing a little bit more. Parents, don't let your kids walk to school by themselves when you know they're not supposed to walk to school by themselves. And don't rely on people you don't know to do that. You know, make sure that we are being mindful of the choices and decisions we're making. And I don't want us to be in fear. I want us to be aware. Listen to your intuition. Trust it. Trust it. Not fear, because intuition is not going to be trying to scare the gajeebies out of you at all. None of that. It's not going to be doing that. Not at all. Okay? That's right, Mini Moons. Time out for the foolishness. But we're going to have fun. When I come back, we're going to talk about this. We're going to move through this energy here because we are creating this energy here. That's why we have to be present, because what happens has to do with us. I'm going to get you, little Barack. What happened has to do with you. So we're going to keep our vibes high. Remember, the month of August, we don't never talk against ourselves. We don't really talk against anybody else, but we definitely ain't talking against ourselves. Not in the month of August. This is a very karmic month. Not that we don't always have karma, because we do, but it's a little extra juicy this month. I love you all. I wanted to come on just to tell you guys how grateful I am for each and every single one of you. I also came on to tell you guys thank you so much for those of you who ordered the Oracle file, because your girl is so backed up. I might not do no more until next year. That's how backed up I am. But I'm getting to them. And yeah, I want you guys to keep liking, keep hyping the video up, especially if you found some value in everything that was here. Share the live, ping the live out, share it to a friend, to someone else. We are reaching more people, and that makes me so good. I am finally out of YouTube clutches. I'm doing the right thing so we can elevate here, and just because I love the community here. I love you guys, and I love to see the growth that we are all having here together and the support that we are having here together. This is a community, and it's found right here in the midst of everything else that goes on right here on YouTube. And what makes this space different, because we have so many, we have over 300 new people, and they are reaching out, they are emailing me, and they are speaking about you all. So I thank you. You guys have been sharing the show. You've been passing it on to others. You've been talking about it. You have been mentioning my names to so many people, have hit me up and want to do things with me. And there's so many things I want to do with you all and us to do together here. So let's keep growing. Let's keep growing. Let's keep knowing our magic. And until next time, I will see you all right back here inside the frequency. Don't forget to come back, hype the video up, share it to a friend of a friend of a friend, share it to everyone. Just share it so we can get this message, this word out, and we can keep growing. I love you all so much. Until next time, I will see you all here. Peace and love. Ciao.